biggest advantage of being small? You have a lot of young roles for you, even at age 31. The disadvantage of being small is it's the same role every time. I'm the teenage wisecracker, or the petite prostitute, or the goofy best friend sidekick, or a munchkin on stage. At least in my hometown of Plainfield, Illinois, I'd gotten consistently good at winning roles. My favorite role was in a student film called New Horizon.
I realized what I was doing and I hated myself for that. I started thinking about you and...
Size didn't matter then. They picked me because I could nail the part. And because of this newfound confidence within me, I was ready for the move to Brooklyn. As soon as I landed there, I hopped into every audition I could get into. Rejection after rejection after rejection. And I wonder, is it my height? Is it my attitude? I'm somewhere between hobbit and short, which pretty much means to the casting directors that I'm at best quirky and at worst bland. Stay cool, Cassandra, I always say. Panic now, and you're one step away from a normal life. Whatever that means.
Did you get it yet?
Hold on. Great. MLH nails another one. What else is new?
You remember when she said she'd never forget us?
I remember when I made her promise that she would remember the little people.
You know, I think it's her agent. They probably told her to take all of our stuff off of YouTube.
You didn't take all of our videos off of YouTube.
They're unlisted. But neither Miss Megan Lee Harris nor her agents have to know that.
You unlisted them?
She insisted. Her agents want people to remember the new stuff she does.
Can I drop some knowledge on why I highly advise against that?
You know, I mind, but you're going to do it anyway.
Yep. Let's look at M. Night Shyamalan.
What does he have to do with this?
Lots. When he was working with Disney, it was pretty much all successes. So they let him start putting clips of his childhood home movies in the DVD extras. Now, why would he want to do that?
To show a contrast, I guess?
Exactly. He wanted to send a message to aspiring filmmakers everywhere that this is the guy who made Sixth Sense, and I can make a better movie than the crappy one that he made as a kid.
But Megan isn't a star. She's a star on the rise. She's gotten just enough attention to get a few more roles in indie films, and maybe one or two roles later, she'll become famous enough so that talk shows will take our videos of all of us together and show the world.
That wouldn't be so bad.
See, you're looking at the bright side already. So while she's on her way to being, say, the next Captain Marvel or She-Hulk, we just have to endure our status as bottom feeders.
Correction. I'm bottom feeder. You actually have a life.
Hey, look, I'm gonna act again. I'll make time for it. Just give me some time after the baby gets here.
Fair enough.
You know, sometimes real life is crazier than show business, and you should try it sometime.
Ha ha ha. I'm auditioning to play a maid in a World War II coming home drama. It doesn't get any realer than that.
So sorry, Mrs. Switzer. I'll get it cleaned up real quick. So sorry, Mrs. Switzer. I'll get it cleaned up real quick. So sorry, Mrs. Switzer. I'll get it cleaned up real quick. Kevin Morris and his girlfriend Julie Price realized their horrible mistake in making their own true crime documentary. they learn that some things are better left unsaid. I mean, they interviewed this unhinged guy, told him the real reason that his girlfriend had dumped him, and that ultimately ended up with him murdering her in her sleep. The lesson here is to realize your limitations. But definitely go check out the whole story. Go watch Focus Effect on Amazon. It's fantastic. And that does it for this week's episode of Don't Stop Running. I'm Cassandra Henry. And remember, always watch your back.
Hey, Cassandra.
Hey, Mark, how's it going?
Pretty good. Can't complain. Hey, I listened to your latest podcast earlier. Pretty good stuff.
Oh, yeah, the one about the ex-girlfriend killer?
That's it. Very interesting. Where do you come up with all this dark material anyway?
Oh, just the sickest, most psychotic dregs of humanity. And Murderpedia.
Oh. Can't argue with that.
So...
Guess we should get down to business, right?
I mean, I might have heard that you might be writing a part for me in your next screenplay.
Oh, really? Where'd you hear that?
From you. I overheard you telling Carson at that party a few nights ago. Well, that is, I heard my name, Cassandra Henry, and I was like, hey, that's me. And then I also heard you say that you were too nervous to ask me.
So you were eavesdropping?
I was in earshot. I wouldn't call that eavesdropping necessarily.
Well, I would call it eavesdropping necessarily.
Mark, you and I have known each other a couple of years. You shouldn't be scared to ask me anything, especially if it involves working with you. You're like the most innovative playwright and screenplay writer that no one's ever heard of.
Yet.
Yes, yet.
So anyway, what have you got going on acting-wise recently?
Are you stalling?
Oh, big time.
I don't like this.
Well, this doesn't like me, so that's fair.
You have a way with words, Mark.
That's not an answer, just so you know.
All right, if you must know,
Please.
nothing is going on at the moment. I just auditioned for the role of a maid for a rich family who's waiting for their son to come home from World War II, but I don't think I have the right attitude for it because they haven't called and it's been long enough. So what else is new? I haven't had a solid gig in like 6 months.
Dang. How come?
I don't know. I don't know if the parts, or if I'm not right for the parts, or if the parts are not right for me. Speaking of...
Is that your way of saying, tell me what you have in mind or I'm hanging up on you?
You know me too well.
Okay. You win. If you must know. Also, it's nice to be someone to fall back on. I'm just letting you know that. Anyway, it's a work in progress, okay? So bear that in
Okay.
mind. It's called Mentally Dating.
Interesting title.
Yeah. And it's about this woman. She is in her 30s, and she's very lonely.
And let me guess, she's very quirky and really short.
You're not that short.
I'm 4'8".
Do you wear platforms or something?
I mean, I do love heels, but no.
Hey, you were still 3 inches taller than Peter Dinklage.
Except he keeps getting work. Probably because he's good, but,
Yeah,
my point still stands.
Yeah, he's awesome. You're awesome. That's why
Oh,
I want to talk to you about this particular part.
okay.
So this woman, this character, she has a huge crush on this celebrity, right?
Okay.
But actually, no, it's more than that. She is obsessed with him. Okay? She fantasizes about him all the time. She watches all the videos, reads all the articles, watches all the interviews, reads all the interviews, studies his acting, knows his range better than the critics and the directors, etc., and so on.
And then she starts stalking him, and it gets really dark and scary, and she loses her mind and sanity in all of it.
Close. She hallucinates actually dating him, but it's like her version of him, but she's happy.
Okay. How does it end?
Well, that's the work in progress part. I'm trying really hard to make it, say something about such and such and so and so. I'll get there though.
Well, I like the idea, but do you really think it's meant for me?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I was just suggesting you as a potential candidate for the part. You can audition if you want, but I just thought of you.
Why me?
Well, because you're likable and cute, and I mean, like you said, you're very quirky, and I've always wanted to work with you, and I just think you'd make me proud with this thing.
Well, I'll tell you what. You take your time and finish up the idea, and then let me know.
Okay. That sounds like a maybe. So, Megan Lee Harris, you're basically a star on the rise. You starred in a few indie films, and now you're starring in this huge blockbuster that you just finished. It's coming to theaters next summer. How do you feel in this point in your career?
These past couple of years have been the greatest of my life. I'm really excited to have been a part of Dino Legacy. We had a lot of fun making it while we were filming over in Wellington, New Zealand. It was like nothing I had ever experienced. It's a huge leap from the one-act plays that I did in college, and I have grown so much as an actor.
Penny, for your thoughts.
What is up with her? I mean, I remember her smiling and being perky and energetic and stuff when we were all acting together. And now it's like she's so famous, she's stuck up and doesn't want to remember us.
That can't be true. She just has bigger things on her mind.
Meanwhile, I'm here in New York trying to make a semi-solid career for myself, and all I get is rejections and one guy who wants me to play a schizophrenic Manny Pixic dream girl character.
Come again.
Oh, Mark, he wants me to audition for this movie that he wrote. He said I was quirky enough for it.
Quirky, the bane of my existence.
Easy for you to say. You're not pushing yourself out there the way that I am.
Cass, I'm 4 feet and 10 inches tall. People just assume that I'm some magic elf or something.
You are not 4'10". You're like 5 feet. I remember wearing heels and being directly in your line of vision.
Because I wore men's lifts most of the time.
You did?
Yeah, you didn't notice? Anyway, I'm only 2 inches taller than you, so you're not alone. We're both shorter than Kristen Chenoweth.
Well, that helps a little, I guess.
See? Why are you so hung up on where Megan is as an actress right now? I mean, I may be out of the game for a while, but you're still out there trying your hardest, and I love you for it. Your star quality is, I don't know, 50 feet tall or something.
You know, I think if I were 50 feet tall, believe it or not, I might actually have a harder time getting parts.
See? Things are looking better already.
Well, in that case, if I'm 50 feet tall, then you have to be like 75 feet tall or something.
I just said I'm only 2 inches taller than you.
Inches don't matter in giant logic.
So this part that Mark has for you, or you think you'll do it?
I don't know. I mean, it has been months and I don't have anything lined up right now. And I lost my waitress job.
No, why?
I kept taking notes for my podcast on the order sheets.
Oh, man. I'm so sorry, Cass. But think of this as your fail-safe gig. Just do what you need to do to keep going, but you should still just keep your head up and keep looking, keep auditioning, keep just keep being the Cassandra that I know and love, because right now, the lowly, depressed Cassandra isn't a good look for you. Remember, you're 50 feet tall. Own it, Masra.
I mean, it doesn't matter anyway.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm serious. I'm way too picky about the parts that I auditioned for. I auditioned for that maid role because I knew they wouldn't even consider me for the generic female lead character. It's like there are all these parts out there for everyone who's different from me.
Yeah, that's the point. You're unique. Actors get a lot of parts.
But where am I? Where am I? Like, where is the role that I'm meant to play?
You'll get it.
Only if I write it. Only if I write it.
You did do a good job writing one-act plays back in the day.
And those were really fun, too.
For sure.
I mean, I could write a little something, I guess, and see where it goes.
What about Mark?
I'll get back to him.
Hi, Cassandra. How's it going?
Good. It's been a while, huh?
Yeah, it's been a while since, what was it? The Plainfield Film Festival 5 years ago?
6. Trust me, I've been keeping track. You've come a long way since then.
Thanks for noticing. What can I do for you?
Well, first of all, I want to say congratulations for living the dream. I mean, seriously, congratulations. It's really awesome.
Thank you. I don't know if I'd call it living the dream, though.
I would. You wrote and starred in a film that's getting attention from The Hollywood Reporter and the New York Times. Yeah, I'd say that's living the dream.
Then I need a new dream in order to keep going.
Oh, stop. You're doing great.
Well, I try.
Anyway, I was wondering if I could ask you some questions about that specific transition into writing your own movie role.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
First of all, how did you get started?
Well, this is going to sound a little predictable, but it's because I wasn't getting the right roles for me to play.
Naturally.
So I was thinking about people like Rashida Jones and Greta Gerwig, Zoe Kazan, and lots of people that Judd Apatow works with, you know, like Seth Rogen, Kristen Wiig, Jason Segel, and Kumail Nanjiani, all of them. And they all have one thing in common. They seem to have this mindset of, hey, no one is writing the right role for me, so I'll write it for me. You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly. So, okay, did you write first, or did you know directors or other actors, producers, that sort of thing first?
Honestly, it just started off as a story.
Really?
Actually, no, it started off with the character. What kind of character did I want to play? Who am I? Who do I want to be? Who am I not?
Who am I not?
Yeah, it's like the expression, write what you know. When you know what you know what you don't know, too. You know?
I think so.
Are you about to write your own script?
Yeah.
And you want to star in it?
Also, yeah.
You should. You've got good potential. I can already tell from this video chat that you have screen presence.
You really think so?
Hell yeah. So I have another piece of advice for you.
Shoot.
You're basically looking within yourself to see who you can play. But first you have to know who you are. Because if there's something important for any writer to be, it is self-aware. So you can write a character that's basically you, or you can write one that you want to be like, or don't want to be like, for example. You can do whatever you want. But most importantly, you shouldn't make your supporting characters more interesting than your lead character. I'm assuming you're writing yourself in the lead.
Yes.
Do you have a story and or character in mind?
Well, no, not yet. I just know I want to write the perfect role for me because I have not found it yet.
I know what that's like. Okay, well, You should start small. A personal human interest indie dramedy that's filled with memorable characters based on you and people that you know. But take it easy with that too. Otherwise, some of your friends may be pissed with how you see them to characterize them. Believe me, I know.
Well, I think that at least right now I am more focused on me and my character, wherever she is.
It's a good start. Think about your character. Who is she to you? What world does she live in? What are her interests, goals, dreams, fears, and so on? If you have a great story, then that's great. But if you have a great character, that'll help create your story.
Yeah? How's it going so far?
Well, you know the term writer's block?
Of course.
Well, this is a sender block. Like a ton of them. Better yet, like 20 tons of them.
So, a building, like a writer's building, if you will.
Sure.
What about Mark?
If he calls again, I'll read for the part, but I'm still not crazy about it.
Why? It's a job. If you can take it, do it. You have to do what you have to do before you do what you want to do. God, you are right. You are picky about the roles you pick.
What am I going to do about this, Val? It should be so easy to write something, but it's like every time I try, I just immediately lose interest.
Oh.
It's like I know what I want to do, but I don't know how to do it. Oh, could this just be done already? Like, isn't there some Stephen King story where the machine writes the story for them?
The Tommyknockers? Yeah. But remember what happened to them. It increased their creativity, but also their dependency. You don't want that, do you?
If it gets the job done.
Very funny.
Of course, I'm going to take the role if he offers it to me regardless. I mean, he practically admitted he wrote it for me because I'm so gosh darn quirky.
Unique, Cass. Never forget that. You are unique. He sees that about you. You should be thankful. Trust me. And take the role. Then you can work on your character, whoever she may be.
All right. Maybe I should write her taller.
Aren't you going to be playing her?
I could wear platforms under some high heels, smart ass.
You know who you could play?
Oh, this should be good.
A giant.
What?
No, for real. You're the tallest person in the city, about 50 feet high, and you thought you weren't getting roles before and how they wanted someone taller. Well, they didn't mean this tall, kind of like what we were talking about before, remember?
Okay, and then she gets a crush on this guy who's like 5'3" with a Napoleonic complex.
Good.
And there are some complex issues with the differences in size, but they realize that none of that matters as long as they have the right connection. It's a pretty good idea, Val. You want to write this script for me?
You want to know how I came up with the idea?
The talk we had the other night?
No. Because your height is all you complain about. You're obsessed with it.
I'm not obsessed with it.
Every time you get rejected, you always complain to me, Val, I didn't get it again. They give me these weird looks. I'm too short or something.
So you're seriously telling me you don't think that my size has anything to do with any of that?
I think it's all about attitude. I have as much confidence as Megan, and I'm like half a foot shorter than her.
Yes, but you're still
what?
You're still taller than me.
You were going to say I'm still out of work, weren't you?
No. And I mean, you choose this.
It's life, Cass. You deal with it. You're going to get lots more rejections as you pursue your career. But it'll be worth it when you get what you want. And the only way to do that is to keep getting rejected until you're accepted. Small, tall, who gives a shit?
Are you mad at me?
I'm mad at you when you have such a low opinion of yourself. And I've looked up to you because you never quit, and I hate to see you like this.
I'm sorry.
You know, if you want to write that idea, if it'll get you started, you can go ahead. I'll even help you with it if you get stuck on something.
No, it's a good idea, but it needs to be something like more affordable. I can't do anything that's going to require all those green screen skills. It needs to be more of like a simple character study.
Well, A, you don't have to have those special effects skills. You can get someone else for that. And B, that still is a character study, just about a giant bitch.
Well, see you later.
Hey,
Hey, Mark, how's it going?
pretty good, pretty good. Did you look at the slides I sent you?
I did, but before I read, I just have one question.
Shoot.
Okay, so this girl that obsesses over this celebrity, how do you want me to play that? Is she aware that she's totally insane, or is this more of an ignorant thing?
Wow. Okay, I say it's more of an ignorant thing. It makes it more bittersweet that way. I mean, like, she's totally normal except for that one thing. I mean, that she imagines dating this celebrity. So.
Okay, all right, I think I got you. All right, so should I just go ahead and read?
Yeah, sure. I mean, go ahead. I mean, if you're ready. I mean, take your time. Obviously, we got all day. I mean, if you. What?
I got the part.
Yay!
Oh, I know, right? I mean, at least it's something.
Just like I said. So now what?
Well, the first table read is this Monday, March 16th.
Better play it safe. You know, that coronavirus thing everyone's been talking about has been canceling everything.
Well, maybe not this.
How are you holding up?
Well, lockdown is fun. I think I've got cabin fever already.
Yeah, I know. 2 weeks ago, things were normal, and now...
Ugh, 2 weeks? Is that all it's been?
Yep.
You know, I heard some movies were getting postponed because of all of this. What about yours?
Last I heard, they were dropping it on demand for $19.99 on Amazon, it looks like. Who'd want to spend that much?
I would.
You'd spend $20 for a comedy about a woman taking a teaching job because she couldn't cut it as an artist
Did you write it?
and co-starred in it.
Then yes. I believe in your talents.
Aw, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, how's your script coming?
It's coming. My friend Mark had this really interesting role for me in a movie that he just wrote, but that's not happening anytime soon since no one's allowed to live life except to maybe go to work.
Yeah, things are crazy right now. You've got to watch out for your health. You know, don't say anything, but my friend who worked on this new rom-com with Kristen Stewart told me that Stewart was sick with coronavirus and she still had to come to work. Who knows how many people it spread to because of a freaking contract.
That sucks.
He's okay now, thank God, but better to stay indie and keep it simpler. At least the rich folks can afford the health care.
This really isn't a good time to be an actress, is it?
Honestly, no, not really.
Yeah.
But you're stuck in the Quar. You got nothing to do, but you can do some more writing. Lots more writing.
Yeah, for sure. So it's about this athletic swimmer who has these epileptic seizures, and whenever she has one, she gets this like burst of energy that makes her like the ultimate party girl. But her friends and family are pretty sure this is going to lead to her death at some point. So she has to choose between having this operation that's going to get rid of something that makes her her or not.
You sure it works like that?
Yeah. Ish.
Shouldn't you write what you know?
Well, it's an allegory for the things that make us who we are and how we deal with them and stuff like that. We can all relate to that.
Are you the swimmer?
No, but I am her best friend who coerces her to make the right choice, whatever that ends up being.
Hope you made her more human than the typical best friend role.
Yeah, she's funny, she's sad, she's upset, she's whatever, all the emotions. She's basically a secondary lead.
You should still write yourself a first lead role.
And I will when I have the right idea. And besides, Mark has already done that.
Who knows when that'll happen anymore.
It will, hopefully, when everything calms down, like next month.
God, I hope you're right. I'm due next month.
Anyway, I can send you the script if you want.
Sure, I'd love to give you some feedback. Anything to keep me away from the husband for a little while.
Well, maybe when it comes time to make it, you can be in it too.
I don't think airfare is gonna cover it.
I'll take care of it. Take care of you. I'll find the cash, find the director, the cast, and the crew, and all that good stuff. You in?
I'll read your script.
Say that you're in, please.
So you're already set to make this one happen. Shouldn't you write something for you first?
I can't write something for myself. That's the problem.
You can, and you will.
Look, I've been cooped up in here for a month, and this is the best that I could come up with. I mean, at least it's something. And I'm not just doing this for me. I'm doing it for you, too, to get you back on track as an actress.
I'm not an actress. Not anymore. Look, Cass, I have a life now. I have a good job and a husband, and I'm about to have a child very soon, and I'm so scared about giving birth in this crazy time when everyone is afraid to go to the hospital. I have other things on my mind than the acting career I thought I would have, but guess what? I don't have it. I thought I would, but I have to face reality, and maybe you should too.
I can't give up that easily.
It wasn't easy for me.
I didn't say that.
You didn't have to. So let me just do what I have to do, and I'll give you feedback on your script.
Thanks. God, remember, we used to be sisters.
Hey, Cassie.
Hey!
What's new?
Oh, well, trying to keep busy with this podcast that I do. But other than that, unemployment, COVID-19 assistance, quarantine, cabin fever, the usual.
Yeah, same here. Not much going on at the moment, but my agent assures me not to worry.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll take good care of you.
Verda was telling me that you were writing your own screenplay to star in?
Verda Washington?
Yeah, we keep in touch. I think that's great. How's it going?
It sucks.
Sorry to hear that. But keep working on it. You're very talented.
You think so?
Yeah, of course. Those times in college were some of the best of my life.
I have a little trouble believing that.
Why's that?
Because you're hot stuff now, MLH. You work with A-listers and everybody knows your name. And they don't know it from all those films we used to do since they're not online.
No, they're online. They're just enlisted.
You know about that?
Of course. I like to revisit them every now and again because it reminds me of the good old days.
Those were the good old days?
Yes, that was back when we were acting for fun, not for a career. Let me assure you, acting for rent is not easy.
Oh, I think you act for a lot more than that now.
Hey, are you okay?
Why, Megan? I mean, if those were the good old days, then why not put them out there for people to see?
Well, my agent, he says...
Oh, screw your agent. They don't control you.
They kind of do. They run my life in a sense. They run your social media. They tell you what you can eat. Enjoy what you got right now, Cassie. I'm not kidding. If you really want a career, you have to be prepared for BS like this.
All I can say is those films should be open to the public. Now that everybody knows who you are, they can be inspired by where you came from too.
You may be right.
To hell with your agent.
We'll have a little talk.
No, just do it.
Okay.
Good. Hey, Megan,
Yeah.
when you look at me as an actress, what do you see?
Well, I haven't seen you, and I see someone with a lot of heart and passion, plenty of love to give, attitude, and spunkiness.
Thank you.
And short stature, but that's a good thing.
It is.
You're unique.
You mean quirky.
No, I mean unique. I've never seen anyone else perform like you. You stand out. That's why if you keep at it, you're going to make it if you want it.
Thanks, Megan. Unique. I like that.
No problem, sister.
Hey, so...
I know. You don't need to be sorry.
Yes, I do. I reacted the wrong way. I disrespected your life choices. I didn't mean to be queen bitch or anything.
I know, Cass. It's okay.
You should do whatever suits you.
Same to you.
Hey, I think I have an idea for a story.
Oh, yeah?
Cassandra, hey.
Hey!
How are you? You surviving these busy times?
Yeah, you?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got the quarantine hair. I'm not really go out and get a haircut yet. Actually, this could work. I think this could work as a wig. You see this?
You're rocking it.
Okay, so I can't believe I'm telling you this, but I had this crazy dream recently, and you were in it.
Really? What happened?
Okay, so I'm at this party, right? And there's all these film people in a crowded basement where there's no social distancing whatsoever.
Oh no.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so everyone vanishes. It's very quiet. And then I hear this rumbling sound. Something's coming. And then the ceiling or roof or whatever is torn off. And I look up. There's this gigantic figure looking down at me. You know who it was?
Who?
You.
Me?
Yeah, you were like this 75, 80-foot giant staring daggers at me. And you reach down with your hand, and I hop into your palm, and you lift me up to your eye level.
Was this a nightmare?
No, far from it. It was soothing. I wasn't scared of you at all, right? And then you said something to me.
What did I say?
You said, "Thank you very much."
Huh.
And I woke up.
Wow, that's pretty wild, man.
It is, isn't it? I've had some time to think about, what it means. Writer brain and all. I analyze things.
So what does it mean?
It means that I felt guilty about, that project falling through, and I worried about you.
You did?
Yeah, Cass, I worried about you. I wasn't worried about anyone else, but I guess somewhere deep inside my subconscious, I knew that when we worked together, I would make you a big star.
Big star.
Walked right into that. So, what do you want to talk to me about?
Well, I think that I have an idea for a screenplay.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and it's something that I could act the lead in, and something that we could work together on.
We're together on, like you and me?
Yeah, let's be indies together.
Let's be indies together. I like that. Okay, cool. All right, so what's it about?
So it's about an insecure 4'8" actress looking for work.
I like it already.
But she's totally envious of her college friend who's already kind of getting a little famous because of acting. So she tries over and over again to create something of her own, even going so far as to get help from Verda Washington.
Verda Washington? Like the Verda Washington? Can I have her autograph? I love her work. I mean, have you seen Jessica and Claudia's Close Call? I mean, that was really funny. It's something that we can in quarantine.
Mark, stop trolling. Stop trolling.
I'm a big fan. Sorry.
But she learns that the best way to break onto the scene is actually by asking for help by someone she didn't think much of. Someone whose film idea might have been a little nuts, but could have been something if she'd taken the time to consider it before a certain pandemic.
Go on, I'm listening.
And she asks him for help because he's been this kind, caring, friendly soul the whole time. You know, the whole quirky indie cliche.
How does it end?
Well, she asks him on a coffee date. But they're both in lockdown, so it's no good right now, but
It's okay. 1 second. You're right back. 1 second. Don't go away. Here I come. It's empty. Wow, Cass. Well, cheers to collaboration.
cheers.
Woo!
When I threw the duster in the last one.